So who am I talking to?
Hi, how you doing? I am Tim Jacobus. You may not recognize my name, but I am best known for being the original Goosebumps illustrator.
Nice. And you did some Goosebumps covers in addition to the original series, too.
Yes, we did the original series, which everybody calls the classic series. There was 62 in there. Then I did the second series, which was called Goosebumps Series 2000. There was 26 in that grouping. And then I did a whole bunch of special edition books. So overall, I did somewhere between 100 and 115 covers.
So I'm just going to immediately go into some deep cut here.
Okay.
You were honestly the first artist who I knew their name of. And the reason for it was because of the Goosebumps Scarezines, which you also did the covers of.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the Scarezines. Yeah, there you go. We went deep. Yeah, the Scarezine was very cool. Got a chance to do a lot of how to draw series in there. So I was teaching, I did those step-by-step things that I used to see when I was a kid in the comic books. So that was a fun thing.
Nice. Yeah, and also one of the first issues had an interview with you. And it said
that's right.
Yes.
You're bringing them back. You're bringing it back. Yeah, that's true. And I think even in the Scarezine, they let me write a short stories too once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, scary short story.
Nice. I'll have to go back and find that.
There you go.
I got them all. And they go for a lot of money these days.
Yeah, they're getting harder and harder to find, right?
Yeah, they are. There's still one. I'm like Thanos trying to collect all the rings. There's still one Scarezine I don't have.
You'll find it. I'll
find it. Yeah. Yeah, and something you said in one of the Scarezine interviews is like you always listen to music while you draw.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's still true today. Yeah, that was true in the 90s. That's still true today. It's funny. When I was in high school, my album collection I spent more on albums than I did on my first car. And then in the 90s, music and albums and physical, owning physical music was a big deal. Now in 2025, you don't have to own it. You just have access to it. So, all the digital libraries are so great. So you have access to all the music in the world. But it's still the same thing. I still put on music in the background to work. Usually long form music. I like progressive rock just because the songs can be 20 minutes long and they have an arc to them. And that's kind of the way, my brain is working while I'm working on drawings.
Nice. Yeah, and you did mention in that interview you had like a huge CD collection. I don't know if you
Absolutely. Now the CDs, they no longer play. I got rid of those. I still have some albums tucked away in the attic, but the CDs I think I sold off. And physical music is something that kind of went away. Again, my collection was super extensive. But now. But it's funny. I don't have anything tangible, but I have more music than I ever had before.
Nice. And you also have drawn some album covers, right?
Yes, I have. Yeah. Sweet Fix was one that I did a number of years ago, which was a lot of fun. It's funny. I do more album covers now that hardly anybody plays vinyl.
Okay.
Then, like in the 70s and the 80s, vinyl was the name of the game.
Yeah.
And I think I did one or two album covers. Now that there's all kinds of, physical and digital ways to get music, every band is putting out a vinyl version because people like collecting them. So, I get a chance to do more vinyl covers now at this stage when it's less popular. So, go figure.
Nice. You have a very distinct style. Like, I feel like if you do another piece, it's like, oh, yeah, it looks like a Goosebumps cover.
So, I've been doing this long enough to where I've kind of settled into a way of doing it. Also, you guys, the original Goosebumps fans, you were 10 in the 90s, now you're grown-ups. And you're doing other things. You play in bands, you're art directors, you're writing your own books, all kinds of projects. And you're looking for my art to still reflect that Goosebumps feel. And I've gotten to the point where it's hard for me to break out of that mold And that's okay. It's not that I dislike the style or I'm looking to venture out onto something else, but no, it's nice that people still enjoy what I do.
Something interesting is that the covers were you were drawing the cover at the same time R.L. Stine was writing it, and I believe you only had like a few sentences.
Yes.
And that kind of caused some dissonance occasionally.
Yes. There's a famous story that R.L. tells that I didn't know until just a handful of years ago. It was Say Cheese and Die, and on the cover of Say Cheese and Die is a family of skeletons at a barbecue. And when we turned in when R.L. saw the art for the cover, he's like, very cool piece of art, but there's no family of skeletons barbecuing in my story. And the editors and the art directors at Scholastic said, well, it's way harder for Tim to paint a new painting, so we need you to write something into the story where that family at the barbecue show up. So in the middle of Say Cheese and Die is a dream sequence, and R.L. does not like dream sequences. So yes, he reluctantly did it, and we laugh about it.
Nice. Also in Deep Trouble, that's a book about mermaids, and
exactly. And there's a kid and a shark, and we went for the shark. What can I tell you?
So was the information they gave you about the book the same as the synopsis in the back of the book? No.
Like I said, sometimes R.L. wrote something. Sometimes I got stuff from the art director. But it was never very complete or flushed out. It was always very rough. Here's what we think we want. Let's do this.
Yeah. And you weren't really in communication with R.L. Stine?
No, not at all. Like I said, I got a fax with his information on it. We didn't talk over the phone. We did Goosebumps covers for almost 2 years before I actually shook his hand.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
now, even though we're not working together regularly, we text each other and send each other stuff through Instagram on a regular basis, at least once a week.
Nice, that makes sense. So let's take it even further back. So, like, how did you kind of become an artist? Like, what was your first piece as a kid or whatever?
So, my dad could draw, and drawing was something we just did at my house. And my buddy who lived next door to me, my best friend at the time, still one of my best friends, liked to draw too. So we did that along with everything else we did. Play sports, ride bikes, go swimming at the lake, and then we would lay down on the floor and do some drawing. And as we kept getting older, we never got away from it. So we ended up taking a special class in high school at the local vocational school, which was called commercial art. And then we both went off to art school, and we just continued to keep at it. But when we were kids, we weren't thinking of it as, we're going to do this for a living. We were just doing it for fun.
Right. Did he go on to be a professional illustrator?
Yes. Not an illustrator. No, he made commercials. Okay. He was a writer and a director of commercials. He killed it. Nice. He killed it. He made a ton of money and did very well, and has a very cool family and very successful.
Nice. So we're here at C2E2 2025 right now, and you've been pretty active in the convention circuit in the last few years.
It's been fun. I was a late comer. I did my first con in 2017 or 2018, and I didn't think anybody would know who I was. And then once I got here, I went, this is kind of nice. People know who I am, and it's been a lot of fun. So, C2E2 is an incredible show. It's one of the best in the country, and for the people who live in Chicago or who are willing to travel here, this is a very special occasion.
Nice. And the way you do things at cons, you basically have nice prints where there's a good area for your illustration,
My signature,
for
yes.
Signature.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. We do prints, and we also have some hand-drawn sketches, and and I try to bring a selection of the classic Goosebumps stuff that people remember. And so if you're going to be here tomorrow, stop by the booth and come and see me.
Well, so how are you enjoying C2E2 this year?
Yeah, no, it was very good. This is only the second time I've done the show. I was here 2 years ago, and this year was bigger and better than that show. So very cool.
So what inspires you to paint?
So I'm an illustrator. It's not an inspiration thing. I'm bringing other people's ideas to life. That's my job. So for the Goosebumps thing, it was always RL's ideas. There are occasions where I get a chance to do stuff just for fun, but usually people have an idea, or there's a basic idea. I did a promotion for a con called Spookala, and they had their own ghost character. So they just wanted me to do my version of that ghost character in a scene. So again, it's their concept, but I'm bringing it. I'm putting my spin on it. So that's the exercise.
Is it cathartic when you do it though?
Yeah. No, it is. It's fun to start out with a very rough concept on a piece of paper and then go, I'm pretty sure I can make this come around and be what I want it to be. And usually around the 3/4 mark, you're like, oh yeah, this is going to work.
Yeah.
So
you feel very accomplished when the job is well done.
Yes. And then you lose interest before you finish. So it's a perpetual motion machine.
Nice. Do you have a favorite painting or one of the favorite paintings?
For Goosebumps, it changes all the time. I'm a big fan of Egg Monsters from Mars. I like how I got my shrunken head. I like the blob that ate everyone. There's a bunch of them. And, and the next time you ask me that question, I'll tell you 3 different ones.
For sure. So are you a horror fan in general?
I'm not a big horror fan. I appreciate horror. I like psychological horror, ones that are, the slash and slasher stories. They don't work for me as much as the ones where they allude to a lot of the drama, and I have a cover for Stephen King, The Shining.
Nice.
I think that is that's a master class in horror.
Nice. I think that's about covers it. So
all right, very cool.
Thank you for your time.
Yes, thank you.